class? Are y'all ready to get some knowledge in your brains?
Yeah.
Okay, who remembers what we talked about yesterday? Parts and wholes?
I remember part of the parts.
Okay, well, a part is a section of a whole. Like a puzzle piece. How much is a puzzle piece?
Part of the puzzle.
Yeah, and then what represents the whole puzzle?
Like the picture you're making.
Yeah, and so that's the whole. Okay, so the whole is all the parts combined. Today we're going to talk about fractions. Can y'all say fractions?
Fractions.
Okay, fractions are a way to count and keep track of how many parts you have compared to the whole. We write them like this. So there's a line, and the whole carries the part on its back. So part to whole. Okay, I think y'all are ready. Let's do some. For example, so I have a chocolate bar. Do y'all like chocolate?
Yeah.
And so, here's my chocolate bar. How many sections does my chocolate bar have?
4.
4. And now what if I break off one piece of the 4? How many pieces is that?
1.
1. Out of how many total?
4.
So with our parts to whole, we have 1 part out of our 4 whole. Okay, so now what if I take all 4 sections? How many parts do I have?
4.
4. And out of how many? 4. So I have 4 out of 4 parts, or 1 whole. So that can also be written as 1. What if I write the fraction like this? What do you think that means?
4 out of 0.
0? What do you think?
Is it 4 holes?
4 wholes? Well, that was a trick question, because this doesn't make any sense, does it? You can't have 4 parts of 0, so we can never write a fraction with a 0 on the bottom. It just doesn't make any sense. But we can write it like this. So think about it. If I don't pick any of these at all, I have, how many parts do I have if I don't pick any?
0.
0. And so I have 0 parts out of the 4 whole. See?
But I want candy.
I have 0 parts out of the 4 whole.
That's not very much fun.
I think y'all are ready to try some on your own. So we're going to play. We're going to have fun. Y'all are going to be in your table groups. And what you're going to do is y'all are going to find fractions with y'all. So y'all are going to be the whole, both of you together. And I'm going to read out and write on the board 5 fractions. So for example, if I said, what fraction of the table has a green shirt on? And so out of the 2, neither of y'all have a green shirt on, so it'd be 0 out of 2. Okay, so the first one, then you're going to write the fraction on your handout. So the first one is, what fraction of the table has pets?
I have a pet. Do you have a pet? Miss Plummer, I don't have a pencil. I forgot it at home.
Me too.
I'll get you one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and then so that's number 1. Now number 2. What fraction has on tennis shoes? 3. What fraction is 7 years old?
Are you 7 yet? I'm only 6.
I'm 8.
Did you miss the year as well?
I don't know. My parents haven't told me.
4. What fraction has a birthday in September?
Not me.
That's my birthday month.
I'm
What do you?
March.
March.
And last 5. What fraction is in first grade and is in Miss Flummer's class?
Miss Plummer, can you come see if this one's right? His birthday's not in September. His is in March, right? March. And mine's in November. November 14th, Miss Plummer. So our birthdays are not in September. And so that means since none of our birthdays are in September, it's 2 out of 0, right?
That's close, but we need to flip it upside down because remember, it's the hole on the bottom and the part on the top. And that seems silly because you can't divide 0 into 2 parts. You have to divide 2 into 0 parts.
Oh, so that like for the tennis shoe one, since he has on tennis shoes but I don't, then it's 1 out of 2 because only he has tennis shoes, but both of us have feet.
Exactly.
All right, got it.
Did I get this one right?
Let me see. Is it right?
Well, the two of us are both in your class,
Mm-hmm.
and so there will be 2 parts to 2 total.
Yeah.
So it would be 2 out of 2.
Exactly. You have 2 parts out of the 2 whole. Nice job today, class. You all learned a lot about how to write a fraction and what a fraction is. A fraction is a part out of a whole. But remember, we have to be careful because we can't write a 0 on the bottom because we can't divide 2 into 0 parts. That would be silly. And so, but you can flip it upside down. You can have 0 parts out of the 4 whole. And that was just when I didn't eat any of my candy bar. We use fractions a lot in the real world too. How many of y'all have brothers and sisters?
Me.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes, do you have to share stuff with your brothers and sisters like a candy bar?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when you divide that candy bar into pieces, that's dividing it into fractions. Just like, so each person gets a fraction of the candy bar. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to take these number fractions and we're going to represent them using some fun candy.
I like
Yay.
candy.